Hello and welcome to this episode of Let's Talk. I'm your host, davidinark, and today we're going to talk about mostly comments you guys have left. That's really one of my favorite things to do. I do want to talk about a couple of games that I had been playing and why they're no longer on the channel. Let's start with Subnautica. Actually, I enjoy the game a whole lot, but my game ended up corrupted, or the save file was corrupted, or anyway, when I tried to load it, it wigged out, so I had to refresh everything. What do you call it? Check the integrity or whatever that, whatever Steam is. And anyway, so my save game is gone. So now I have to decide, do I want to start Subnautica over again? I don't know. Do I want to? Do you guys want me to? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. And I guess if I get enough folks who are interested in seeing it start over again, I'll be happy to either try to get back to approximately where the last video left off, or just start the whole thing over again and we'll go from there. I have watched some other folks playing it, and I didn't realize how long that game is going to be. So I'm gonna have to come up with some other release formula for that. Meaning, I'm either gonna have to record like several hours and then either just raw cut it up and do a little bit of editing so that there are separate episodes, or I may I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out something, because I had no idea that Subnautica was as long as it is, and I'm not sure that it ever actually ends. My understanding is that even after you get to what you would presume is the end, I don't want to ruin it for anybody in case you were watching me play in order to get your Subnautica fix. I would argue go find somebody else to watch, to be perfectly honest with you. Sorry, I know that's like the worst thing a YouTuber could do, is go say, hey, watch somebody else. But, again, if you want to see me pick it back up again and play, then I'll seriously consider that. But I'll have to come up with some other, doing a video on it once a week is not going to cut it. It'll take like all year just to get through the video, and that'll get old. I don't know, but so that's Subnautica. Resident Evil 7, the reason why that has fallen off the channel is because, it was sort of neat to play, I guess, kind of. It's not really my thing. I'm not a scary game kind of person, and frankly, I couldn't get into it. So, and if I'm not having fun, then there's no way you guys are going to have fun watching me play a game that I'm just not generally having fun playing. So, again, if a bunch of folks really, really want me to, nah, I'm not even going to go there. So, Resident Evil 7, that's the end of that particular series. We'll find other videos. I'm finding other games to play, some other things to try out. So by all means, if you have other games, whether it's a racing game, whether it's simulation, whether it's a puzzle game, whatever it is, if there are other games you want me to try out or pick back up again, you can look back through the playlists or some of the old videos and go, hey man, you never finished such and such. I want to check that out. Where's that? Where is that game? Let me know, and in the comments down below, and I'll see if I can make some videos on that for you and pick some of those back up again. Flappy Pentis, I'm assuming that's how you say that name, asked if I was going to do a Draw My Life. And I think I may have mentioned this in other videos, not necessarily a Let's Talk, but I am planning on doing a Draw My Life. That's going to come when I hit 1 million views on the channel. And here's the kick. We're already at 952,000 views. You guys are awesome. Oh my gosh, man. 952,000 views of the videos on my channel. Thank you guys so much. That is so freaking awesome. But I do plan to do a Draw My Life. It's going to be very rudimentary stick figures, but I think it'll be fun. I've seen other people do Draw My Life, and I think it'll be cool. I've had multiple questions about the giveaway math question, and I'm just going to say that if you're having trouble coming up with the answer to the math question, First of all, if you know your order of operations, then it should be relatively straightforward. But you may have to work on a little bit, and eventually you may have to circle around to get the answer. How's that? Is that close? Is that good? So anyway, there you go. But maybe that hint will help out with the math question. But I can't tell you the answer, because then that defeats the whole purpose of it being a skill test for those countries in which that thing is essentially required. It's me asked about Wreckfest. So as many of you know, I'm sure, I put out a Wreckfest video not long ago. I actually have a whole playlist of Wreckfest. In fact, Wreckfest is the very first game that I ever recorded for the channel. But so there you go. So thank you very much. It's me, and I plan to do more Wreckfest. I think I'm going to start downloading some additional mods and stuff, possibly for Wreckfest. I definitely love the career mode, so be playing with career mode in Wreckfest and all that good stuff. AJ who makes some of the coolest mods for Beamng. They make some of the coolest maps. You've got to check out their maps on Beamng. Asked, what kind of maps do I like? And that is a great question. I like the kind of maps that are, I love maps that are either based on real world places or that have just little details, and it's just little things, like there might be I don't know, park benches along the street, or you take the time to put in street lights and traffic lights, and you take time to place certain things around the house that you might put in a mod that makes it look like a house. I don't know. I like little things like that. I also like maps where I can have some kind of competition. That's one of my favorite things to do. One of my most popular series from Beamng is from like 2016, and I did a ski jump championship where I took the default vehicle that loads when you choose a vehicle. So for example, if I choose the Bolide, there's one that's pre-selected. So I took the default vehicles, and I did a ski jump championship. Everybody went off the ski jump, and I used the distance on the other end of the ski jump to measure. And of course, I had this convoluted point system in order to try to make it as fair as I could for all the vehicles. And so I love those kinds of maps where I can have some kind of a competition where the scoring would be relatively, I don't want to say relatively easy, but by the same token, where a scoring mechanism is relatively simple. So one of the things I've yet to see is some kind of a map with a landing distance from a jump that actually outdistances the furthest that any car goes, right? Even Car Jump Arena, which has like, I don't think it goes 500 meters or somewhere along there, does a really good job, and most cars fall short of that. But there are some cars that when you come off that jump, you still end up like, almost at the sand pit. So I can't judge how far that distance is. So I like maps where if things are lined out, or if it's kind of a high jump thing. Again, in Car Jump Arena, there is a high jump, but that high jump has a lid on the top. And so the lid on the top prevents some of the faster cars from going up higher to get a higher height. That was kind of redundant. But anyway, in order to score better. So I would love to see something like that, that kind of high jump, but take off the top or raise the roof and add more distance to the top to accommodate those vehicles that are going to go up higher. Basically, I think that any kind of map with a distance meter of any kind, the meter should be much further than any car will go, partly because there are going to be mods that people come up with that are going to test that limit, and I would love to be able to have competitions with mods, and because I know some of those cars are going to just go flying, and I think it would be cool. Thank you very much to AJETO for asking that question. Funky Banana has been all over the discussion, but all over the comments in the videos, and thank you so much. Specifically want to talk about one of the things, which is Funky Banana offered a suggestion on how I can give credit to people who are suggesting mods, and I will tell you, generally speaking, if and in fact I have a whole playlist called Suggestion Box, and if you go back and you look through those and you listen to some of those, you watch some of those, I have been in the past very good about specifically naming the person who suggested that we play a particular mod, and I'll be honest, I got a little lazy and frankly a little forgetful, and so I have forgotten the last couple of times who suggested a particular mod, but I promise to work harder at making sure you guys get credit for suggesting a mod that I'm doing on the channel, because without your suggestions that particular video wouldn't have been made. And I think it's important that you guys get the recognition. I'm trying to build a community here where, we talk to each other and we hang out online, in the comments, that kind of thing. And I just think it's, I enjoy giving the credit. I think you guys deserve the credit, definitely. But I don't know. I think it's one of those things that I'm not sure other channels do that. I have no idea. I'll be honest. I have not seen many other channels that even take suggestions from their viewers, which to me is really, really weird, especially with a game like BeamNG. I mean, there's so much you can do. Why not offer that up where you guys can suggest things and then I incorporate that in some form or fashion? So anyway, I promise in the future I will do a much better job of giving credit when you guys make those suggestions. So thank you very much to Funky Banana for bringing that to the forefront and making a point of talking about that particular situation, because I think it definitely needs to be addressed. And so I thank you, and I promise I'll do a much better job of acknowledging the folks who offer up those suggestions. Matt C78 for the video of I like walking very much, said that he kept expecting Slender Man to jump out. I have to tell you, when I was playing that game, I kept expecting some kind of jump scare, because we were just this little spider creature walking the entire time. So I figured something was going to have to jump out or something. And how could it not? But it never really did. I mean, the closest was the person who kept, jabbing, or when they were off in the distance, they came running up to us and stomped on us. That wasn't really a jump scare, but I kept expecting a jump scare. So I'm right with you, man. Slender Man or something jumping out at us, but it never happened. So, and that was such a weird game. But anyway, several comments on the video where I did the BeamNG with the dice mod. Yeah, they were bad puns. It was dad jokes. It's hey, come on. Paradise City, 2 tickets to paradise. It was 2 dice. Anyway, I appreciate you guys putting up with the dad joke humor. That means a lot to me, so thanks. And then last but not least, Eric Hogan left a comment on the Wreckfest video about me getting a USB wheel. I actually have a Thrustmaster Ferrari USB wheel that I have played with in the past. In fact, there are some videos where I'm using the wheel. The wheel itself is okay. It like any new controller, and I say new to me, I'm a keyboard mouse guy from way back in the day, and so that's kind of what stuck with me. But the wheel itself is okay. I can deal with the wheel, but the pedals have so much resistance. They're not realistic at all. And I have to press down so hard even to just get the game to react. And even when I adjust sensitivity, that's not the issue. The sensitivity is not the issue, at least not that I could figure out. It's the resistance in the pedals themselves. So, and I have no idea. Is there a way to adjust how easy or hard it is to press on the pedals? If they were more realistic, like in my car, then I'd feel much better about using it. I'd feel much more comfortable. What are your thoughts and suggestions on that? Let me know your thoughts, and let me know your thoughts on all of this stuff that we've talked about in the video, and or thoughts about other things that have come up. Again, thank you guys so much. We hit 4,000 subscribers. I think I think right now we are at 4,035 as I record this. That is just blowing my mind. Thank you guys so much. Please enter the contest. You can find the information about that in the list of videos. Just go to on the channel, just click on videos, find it in the list to enter the contest. And there's going to be one winner, one prize given away, a $40 US value gift card, and it's going to be to whatever Steam or Xbox or PSN, whichever you prefer. If you are the winner, then you get that, and it's very easy to enter, man. You have to tweet something out, or you go visit my Facebook page, or it's very simple to enter. Now you do have to answer a math question because in some places that's required, so get that taken care of, and good luck to you. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. Got any questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories? Feel free to leave those down in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time on Let's Talk.